What is going on, guys? It is Puffins here, bringing you another helping of gameplay from my stream. This was a game I played today on 420. Hats off to those who celebrate. In the AMX 13105 Tier 10 French light tank. Now, I have been trying to grind out the last few missions for the T55A. So in this game, I'm trying to complete the LT13, which is 1800 spotting and 2000 primary damage. So right off the bat here, all tier 10 game. Let me just quickly switch it to this. And I'm thinking I want to get as much spotting as I can early on this game. So I've had quite a few games where I've done 2k damage myself, but I've been unable to get that spotting. So get to this bush. Now from here, if you're playing a tank with exceptional view range, like the 105 has, you can get some really good spots. Looking. See, I'm starting to rack up that early spotting. Get a spot on the 183, a spot on the Mouse, the Jagdpanzer 100. Anyone who drives along this road, I should be able to get spots on them. And that will allow my team, my tank destroyers that are sitting in the G4 area, to get shots on them. So this already is going great. I've got 341 damage, which isn't the highest amount ever, but it could be worse. So looking for shots here on this Progetto. I don't want to fire because there's definitely someone in a position to spot me, and I don't want to be spotted. This is a very aggressive position. It gives me vision control over pretty much the entirety of this middle of this map, and I don't want to give it up just yet. I'm trying to take a shot at 400 meters when light tanks already have the penetration fall off. So again, I'm just sitting here, leaking, I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. One of the keys to doing really well in your light tanks is being patient, trying to see if I can find shots anywhere here, and But as I was saying, the key to doing well in your light tanks is looking for these kind of open opportunities and being patient. So I spot this Leopard 1 here. Unfortunately there, it looks like the 705A bounces off his gun or barely misses him. And they are sharing spotting damage with me on him, but he's taking a lot. He's very, very low. Take a shot, set him on fire. And this was my mistake. I should have pulled back right away. But spot this 105, spot a Patent as well. Dodge both those shells, or draw the shell from the Patent, and there is a SDB1 there that is able to get shots. Now this is an interesting little part of the game here. I'm able to reverse my tank up this kind of cluster of rocks to get into a position where I don't think that SDB1 can shoot me. I'm asking for my 30B to spot him so that I would feel more comfortable going back into that bush. But as I spotted that extra Patent as well, I do feel comfortable pushing up to here. And again, I don't have shots on that Donkelder. Looking to see if I have shots anyone up there to the side of that ridge, and after a while here I'll decide that it's going to be safe again for me to push up. Oh, actually I don't. The SDB1 gets spotted. I have shots. I managed to bounce a shot off of him there, which is unfortunate. The second shot will find its mark, which is good, and I should start clipping here as I pull into this bush. Oh, I don't. And then I catch this 105 trying to be aggressive. Beautiful turn of events there for me. Worked out a lot better. I obviously wasn't planning that. Get to put in the last shot into that 105 and prevent him from going into a good spotting position. I'm not picking up any spotting damage here because I'm pulled back so I can get unlit. But as I pull back into the bush, I see this Crown Bound pushing, and now I'm salivating at the thought of getting these shots into him. Only a few seconds left until I have my clip, and I somehow bounced aside. But the next shot will find its mark. Unfortunately, he will live because I missed that first shot. And I do take a shot there from the Progetto, putting me down to under 300 hit points. I'm down to 279. I am a one shot, I think, for every tank on their team. If I survive, it would be a miracle low bet roll. And we're only 3.5 minutes into this game, not even 4 minutes. I haven't done either of my missions. I pull up into this bush, and I'm loading. I've actually, because there's nobody up on that ridge that I'm spotting anymore, I feel safe shooting him. So I shoot him there, shoot at that Patent, get the 2k damage, primary damage I needed for my mission, pull back. So he blind fires the bush, but because I've pulled back, even though I wasn't spotted, I knew that, if I was him, that I would shoot that bush, because I've been here all game, and I'd managed to dodge that shell. The shell's landing behind me, and I'm not seeing anything, and I'm kind of looking at the map, and they're starting to be able to push in from the south here. We're down to only 4 tanks down there, and I don't want to end up in a situation where I have nowhere to run except for into the water. So here, quickly, just make sure I don't have any shots here, and then I'm going to pull back. And I think that's really, really key in this replay is knowing when to back out. I kind of poke up my nose over here, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be in a brawl with 200 HP against these tanks. So I'm going to pull all the way back, actually. And I will look back in a second and ping the 268. And I say, come on, fall back. And oh no, I'm rolling off the cliff. Oh no, and I barely managed to survive. I take 10 damage. Puts me on a 269 HP. Nice. Click the reload and clip. That was incredibly lucky. I wasn't looking where I was going. I was trying to ping the 268 to follow me back, and I almost ended what would have been a decent enough result, but not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that LT13 mission, and I still have a long way to go. But thankfully, somehow managed to not roll my tank, and now we can go to work using these bushes. I'm spotting in there. As you can see, I'm getting all this juicy spotting damage for the tanks behind me, for my artillery, and there we go. I have the 2 missions. Now, I'm looking to improve the result. So first I want to win, obviously, but I'm also looking to improve the result. Get the tracking shot here. He repairs. Get another, retrack him again, and then I'll put the third one. Trying to get to his lower plate. Don't hit it, but he is tracked, and I do have to pull back because he could blind fire me in that bush. But of course, one thing that I'm trying to do here, oh, and I'm lagging a bit. That's unfortunate that it shows up in the replay. I thought it might not. I was lagging quite a bit during this game, but still managed to have a good result, so that's nice. I'm almost reloaded, pull back so this bush is solid so that he won't be able to spot me, and boom. Someone else hits him at the same time as me, finish him off, almost 400 damage on that shot. Now I'm thinking, what do we need to do to win? We're up 4 tanks, but I'm a one-shot. That Kronvon is a one-shot. That 60 DP is low health. That's 907 is very low. And I'm looking. All right, I'm like, okay. This 709 is by himself. We have 3 tanks. Let's push on to him. I have 2 shells left. Press quick dab of the Alt key to check, make sure that he's within clip range for me. He's not quite. He is now. And I want to save this Kronvon. I want to keep as many of our tanks alive as possible. Drive over the ridge, and this is a big bad play for me. I take that shot into the front of his tank, assuming that he had turned around to face the other 2 tanks, and that does allow him to finish off the Kronvon. So bad play from me there. Does get our Kronvon killed, and then my second shot, I also just kind of fluff into his track and do no damage. But, you know, what can you do? Now I'm looking at the map, and I see this 907's pushing north, and I want to be able to support him. And I think, you know what, I've been doing really well from this bush up here, so let's kind of get in there. And I spot the Patton, and he doesn't spot me. That's huge, but he does, actually. I was wrong. And now this, I was very, very nervous during this part, because I'm thinking, I'm on 269 HP. If I'm an artillery player, and there's a light tank with 269 HP at this late in the game, I would splash into this area. So I pull forward here, and I don't spot him. And for me, that means he's either pulled back or he's moved somewhere I can't see. And I don't really want to sit in this bush that much longer, because artillery will kill me if that lands a shell within probably like 13 meters, honestly. Like, very low HP, very low armor, and the T92 has a huge splash range. So I'm not seeing anything, but I do feel comfortable sitting here for a little bit, because I don't think he's going to blind fire. If he hasn't blind fired into this position already, and I haven't been focused by artillery at all game, I'd feel a little bit safe. And I feel like I can outspot the Patton with a bush advantage. But you can see I'm pinging my tank here. All right, sorry, let me quickly just go over what I'm saying here. I actually, out of the corner of my eye, spot some piece of like destructible like map elements, I guess, on the 0 line. So that's why I'm pinging it out there, is I saw something driving that way going over, and it turns out to be the Chieftain, the T95 FV 4201, which I think is the Chieftain. And actually, this is a very interesting part of the game. So here, as you see, I've been waiting there so long. I'm like, you know what? I cannot sit here any longer. I'm scared of getting splashed by the artillery. And it turns out the Patton gets spotted. And I've loaded heat because I had expected I'd be fighting the Chieftain next. But instead, this Pat is pushed up all the way, and it just gives me juicy sides on his rear. Run up in the top, right into the engine deck there, lights him on fire, and the 183 finishes him off. I get 265 fire damage, so that's awesome. I've had 2 fires this game, and now I'm thinking, all right, we've won this game. We're super high on damage, and I'm lagging a bit here. Yeah, you can see up in the corner, and I'm thinking, I want to finish this game off. I don't want to die, but I want to squeeze out just as much of this game as I can. And on top of the LT-13, I'm also doing the Coalition 13, which requires me to destroy 4 enemy SPGs. So I'm thinking, I want to get that tasty artillery kill. So I push up here, and I'm looking. It's going well. I'm looking. I don't want to push up and fight this chieftain because he will immediately snapshot me and just destroy my tank. I have so little HP. He overmatches every part of my armor. Pretty sure. I'd be shocked if he didn't. And yeah, so I see the 60 TP is also on a lot of health. So I'm like, why would I risk my tank when I can kind of get this kind of good flanking position and get some side shots in, get a little bit of extra damage, and end out the game on a positive note. So 60 TP puts a huge shell into that T95, knocks him down really low. And knowing based on where artillery usually hides in this game, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be one up by this pillbox. So I'm already pre-aimed, looking at the pillbox, and yep, there they are. Put in a shot. Goes a little bit wide, but thankfully it does slide in at the end there. And now I just want to get another shot of damage into this T95 chieftain, and he pushes up. I push up here, and I get angles on the side of his tank. Blast that one. Thankfully it goes in, a little bit of RNG, and the second one will as well push me up to 4 kills, 4,200 damage, and 3,600 assistant. So what's that? 7,800 combined. That's, I consider that a good game. But yeah, let's go take a look at the end plates. As you can see, Mastery Bass first class for our almost 8,000 combined damage, 70k credits, 8,500 experience. Top on the team for damage here, top on the team for experience. That was a absolute cracking result, I think at least, for this tank. Probably one of the best games I've ever played. I think this is actually... Okay, it won't show it. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've gotten a first class mastery in this tank. Got both those missions done. And yeah, hope you guys learned something from this. It was a super fun game to play. I really enjoyed it. Shows the benefit of having patience in your light tanks, knowing those aggressive positions that you can go into, and how to abuse those vision mechanics. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed. If you want to catch games like this live, then you can follow me on twitch.tv/puffins. That's twitch.tv/puff1nz. And yeah, subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy 420. 3, 2, 1, let's go.